Add-on Solutions. Add-on Desire.
Hello viewers, welcome to Adot Solutions Daily Current Affairs. I am Lokesh Pengonda. This session is designed mainly for aspirants preparing for groups, banking and such other competitive examinations. We cover news articles from both the Hindu and the Indian Express. Make a use of this session. So we have an article where it is talking about ARIA formula meetings. So what are ARIA formula meetings? These are the informal meetings between the UNSC members. These are the informal meetings between the UNSC or the United Nations Security Council members to discuss about international peace, peace and security related issues. Peace and security related issues. So, how many members will be present in the UN Security Council? That will be 5 permanent members and 10 non-permanent members. So, totally 15 members will be present in the UN Security Council. And who are the 5 permanent member countries who also gets the veto power? They are the United States of America, Russia, UK or the Britain, China and France. Whereas in the 10 other non-permanent member countries, one of them is currently India. So, India has taken part in the ARIA informal meetings which are conducted at the UNSC. So, this is the crux of this ARIA formula meetings. Next, we have an article where it is talking that Indian military forces have taken part in a multilateral exercise. So, what is the name of this multilateral exercise? It is called Shantir Vogro Sena. So, Shantir Vogro Sena is a multilateral exercise which is conducted or which is hosted by the country of Bangladesh. The relevance of starting a multilateral exercise by Bangladesh is that 2021 year marks the 50 years of liberation of Bangladesh. We all know that in the year 1971, India has helped the Bangladesh to earn a sovereign, to become independent. That is, earlier they were West Pakistan, East Pakistan, and between them there is the country of India, and India has supported the East Pakistani territory to become independent from the West Pakistan, and East Pakistan later became Bangladesh. This happened in the year 1971. So, to commemorate the 50 years of liberation of the country of Bangladesh, the Bangladeshi government has started this multilateral exercise called as Shantir Vogro Sena, and India has taken, and India apart from other countries such as United States and other Southeast Asian countries have taken part in the multilateral exercise. Next, we have an article which is dealing or talking about NCB. What does NCB stands for? It stands for Narcotics Control Bureau. So, NCB stands for Narcotics Control Bureau. It comes under the Ministry of Home Affairs. The government of India has set up this NCB in the year 1986, and this came due to the narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances, Psychotropic Substances Act of 1985. So the Parliament has brought this act in the year 1985, and this NCB was brought in the year 1986 so that it can enforce the provisions of the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act. So what is the main function of NCB? It is to prohibit and penalize the usage of drugs which are apart from the medical usages. So apart from medical usage, if there are any other usages of prohibited drugs, then that person will be penalized, and also the trade in these drugs are also prohibited, and the members who are participating in this illegal trade would be punished by the law. Next, we have an article talking about NHRC. What does NHRC stands for? It stands for National Human Rights Commission. This is an independent statutory body. Independent statutory body. So when we see the term statutory, it means that the Parliament has brought this body by enacting a law. So what is the law or an act which was passed by the Parliament so that this body can be created? That act is called as Protection of Human Rights Act. And this act was brought in by the Parliament in the year 1993. This was mainly brought in so that India can be in line with the Paris Principles. Paris Principles of 1991. So Paris Principles are the provisions and the principles which are intended to protect the human rights all over the world, and Indian government has brought the National Human Rights Commission so that even Indian government is in line with the Paris Principles regarding the human rights. So Paris Principles occurred in the year 1991, and the Indian Parliament has brought the NHRC in the year 1993. And recently in the year 2019, we have seen an amendment in the Protection of Human Rights Act of 1993. So what are the main changes and what are the main provisions that are from the 2019 Amendment Act? It stated that the tenure of chairman and other members will be 3 years or till they reach the 70 years. So the tenure of chairman and other members was given as 3 years or till they become age 70, whichever is earlier. This 2019 provision stated or brought down the tenure to 3 years. So what was the earlier tenure given to the chairman and other members? It was 5 years earlier, and now it has been reduced to 3 years. So who appoints the NHRC chairman and other members? They are appointed by President of the country, and they are appointed by the President mainly on the recommendations of the high level expert committee. So this high level committee will recommend to the President as to who should be appointed as the members of the National Human Rights Commission and who will be appointed as the chairman of this body, and accordingly the President will appoint them. This is the background and the working of the National Human Rights Commission. The main function of the NHRC is to protect human rights and to investigate the human rights violations in the country. Next, we have an article dealing with the country Somalia. So you can see in this image that Somalia is the neighboring country of the Indian Ocean, and it is in the Horn of Africa, and its capital is Mogadishu. So Mogadishu is the capital of Somalia. Somalia is a Indian Ocean neighboring country, and also it is opening into the Gulf of Aden. These are the relevant statistics and provisions dealing with this country. Next, we have an article where it is stated that the La Soufriere volcano has been erupted. So where is this La Soufriere volcano? It is in the country of Saint Vincent and Grenadines. So Saint Vincent and Grenadines is the name of a country, and in the image you can see that this country is lying in the Caribbean Ocean. This country, which is lying in the Caribbean Ocean, has seen a volcanic eruption recently. And what is the capital of the Saint Vincent and the Grenadines Islands? The capital of this country is Kingston. You should remember that these islands are in the Caribbean Ocean, which are part of the Atlantic Ocean. Caribbean Sea, which are part of the Atlantic Ocean. Next is we have an article which is dealing with the country of Kazakhstan. So we'll see where Kazakhstan is, and we'll see the name changes of the capital of Kazakhstan. You can see in this image that Kazakhstan is sharing a huge boundary with Russia and Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan and China, apart from Turkmenistan. Next is Kazakhstan opens into the Caspian Sea. So as we are talking about the Kazakhstan, we should know about relevant facts. Kazakhstan is the largest landlocked country. So what is the meaning of a landlocked country? It means that the country does not have any openings into the ocean or any sea. But you can see here there is an opening into the Caspian Sea. But you should know that Caspian Sea is technically a lake. It is a largest lake. So as it is a largest lake but not a ocean or a sea, technically the Kazakhstan country does not have a opening into any ocean. So it is called as the largest landlocked country. And recently what happened was, in the year 2019, the capital of Kazakhstan, which was Astana, has been renamed as Nur Sultan. So what is the reason for the renaming of the capital of Kazakhstan? It was because Nur Sultan was the president of the Kazakhstan, and he worked tirelessly for nearly 20 years for this country. And to commemorate the president's work, the capital of this country has been changed from Astana to the Nur Sultan. These are the relevant items that can be asked from the exam. Next is an article dealing with Davis Cup. So which sport is related to the Davis Cup? It is tennis, and it is mainly male tennis. With this, we come to the end of the session. Inform about the ADOTS initiative to your other aspirant friends. Thank you.
Add-on solutions. Add-on desire.